Time is it now? It's already 10 p.m. in Colombia, right?
Right now it's 10 p.m. in Colombia. Yes, 10:22.
Okay. I see. All right. So, this is just very quick. Okay. I'm sorry that this trial session, I usually prepare for the trial session because I always ask them pre qualifying questions prior to the class. So, first question is, what is your motivation in learning the English language?
My motivation is to okay, so I want to be able to communicate with people from many cultures, and also I wanna one day I wanna be able to work in a multinational company. So English is a requirement for that. So I think that's my main motivation.
Okay. What do you do for a living? What industry are you in right now?
Right now I am in oil and gas industry
Wow. Okay. And how long have you been here?
here
How many years
in the
in this
industry.
company?
Okay,
Yeah, or
so
in the industry as a whole, like
about
for your whole career.
about 6 years. I have 6 years experience.
Okay, I see. And now it's located in Colombia.
Yeah.
And do you have plans to work overseas or you just want to work in multinational companies in your country?
Yeah, multinational companies in my country. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't have a strong Colombian accent compared to my other students at Colombia. So, how long have you been learning English?
It's
And if
big.
you can share something about your education as well.
Yeah. So I okay. So here in Colombia, we all have to take classes since um, childhood, like in primary school, high school, college. We have to take English classes, and then, but it was during college that I started like studying on my own. So yeah, it's been a long time. It's been like 10 years that I've been like trying to improve.
Okay. And how about your education? Did you finish your postgraduate degree program or can you share something as well about that?
Post degree now. I am planning to do a master's degree in geology, but I haven't started it because like I cannot study and work at the same time because the workload is too much. So I am trying to wait. I'm just waiting until I can find some time to do my post studies. Yeah.
All right. And how old are you now?
Right now I'm
I'm
32.
sorry.
32.
32. Okay, I see. And how would you describe your current proficiency level? So you said you're around.
Around B2, between B2 and C1, I would say. I would
And
say.
what is your target goal in the next 6 months?
My target is C1. Yeah.
C1. Okay, all right. And which aspect of English do you find more challenging? Is it the grammar, the vocabulary, the sentence structure, or the pronunciation? I need to see your weakness or which area we need to focus more or we need to like improve.
Um so I think I mean English is very challenge. I would say the most challenging thing is, in my opinion, is it is like the pronunciation, and uh, maybe some aspects of grammar. Like when I want to express complicated ideas, sometimes I mess up the grammar. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
So more on pronunciation.
yeah.
Okay, I see. And if you want to sign up as well in my sessions, do you prefer structured or casual conversation practice, or you want to mix up both?
I like more like casual, you know, but
Okay, casual conversation. Okay. All right. So I got your profile already. So you want to focus more on the pronunciation, some of the words. Okay. And also, we need to improve your vocabulary. So we have a topic right here. So I want you to express yourself as much as you can. So there's no judgment here. Okay. Whether you commit mistakes,
Mhm.
I'm here to correct you as well. So here, let me just share my screen. Just give me one moment, okay? By the way, let me just introduce myself. I
Mhm.
think I forgot. Your name is Andre. Is that how you want me to call you? Is that your English name?
Yeah, that's my English name. Yeah, Andre.
Okay, so my name is Alf Ali. I've been teaching English for over 10 years, and my students are usually from Colombia and also from Spain. I know a little bit of Spanish, but it's not really a requirement since I work in an international school. So there's no need to learn Spanish. But I also want to, okay, because I fell in love with the Spanish culture.
Hmm.
But it's just that as a busy person, I don't have much time. Okay, I have the effort sometimes, like I learn key phrases, but it's just that I don't have much time. I have like the hectic schedule, so I don't have much time to like learn or to put myself into that.
Hmm.
But I love to learn more about Spanish culture and if you want to share as well during the class, I usually do that. Like when we talk about different topics, I want students to share as well. So yeah, and I have a bachelor's degree in education. I am a licensed teacher by profession, so I have the teaching license.
Hmm.
And I have a master's degree in educational management, my postgraduate degree program, and hopefully I'll get my doctorate degree soon. Okay.
Great.
But the rest of the time, because we need like 2 years to finish that. So, and it's not an online setup. You need to go to school. So I think my schedule's not good. But yeah, that's so much for me. All right. So can you see my screen right now, Andre?
Yeah.
Okay. So could you please read the title?
The title is How to Avoid Stress When You Have a Deadline.
Okay. As a professional, since you've been in the industry for 6 years, and I know this kind of industry is also very hard, the gas industry. So, how do you deal with the pressure and the stress as well, the expectations in this job?
How do I deal with the stress? Okay, so mm, I would say
Whenever
that
you feel like you're burnout or tired,
yeah,
what do you usually do?
yeah. What? Okay, so it's complicated because like when I get burned out, my productivity decreases, and the problem becomes like more chronic, you know. So the strategy that I have now is I have to avoid burnout in the first place, because if I get to that place, then I'm gonna need a break. I need to talk to my boss or someone or something and say, hey, I need a little break, or maybe try to move a little bit the deadline, like ask for more time to finish the things. Um, yeah, our sometimes bosses try to push workers so much. They want to get as much work from them, but I feel like there's some limits, because like if we're not sleeping well, or we're not, so that impacts productivity. But the main approach for me is to avoid that. So what I'm doing right now is time management. Try to avoid as much as I can procrastination, and try to make progress early on, so that if I don't get to that level of
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for
It's
sharing
more
that.
it's more
I
about
love what you
prevention.
said
Yeah,
about,
it's more about prevention than
yeah,
dealing with the stress. Yeah.
prevention is better than cure. Okay. Well, I understand that you said about your boss pressuring you and I don't know with the Spanish culture because in the Western culture we have the corporate politics. So if you somehow go against your boss or you somehow like don't follow what she or she's trying to say, you may come like aggressive. You might come
Mhm.
like bad. Okay, for some people in corporate politics in this country. So as much as possible, we don't want to like have that kind of behavior. So how do you deal with that in Colombia? Is there like a since you said that there's also a limitation, but for us here, there's no limitation, or else we're gonna lose our job. Okay, so how about in your country? How do you deal with that kind of boss? If you have experience, if you may share.
Well, I think it depends on the level of trust that you have with the people above you. Obviously, if I have a new boss, someone new that I don't know, I would never. I would be like a yes sir kind of
You have to
person.
test the waters first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But once you start like getting used to the person, then you know what are the limits or what are the boundaries that you can try to push. But I have learned that from other coworkers. Initially, I was very pleasing. I would please all of my bosses. You know, I'll do.
Yeah, I think everyone does that,
Yeah,
especially if you're new.
but
But this is also not healthy.
yeah.
Okay, go on, continue.
No, I was just gonna say that with time, I learned from other coworkers that the way they were dealing with stress is that they were not. They were trying to protect their health, and they were putting themselves first instead of work sometimes. And I started to learn that because it doesn't make sense to like sacrifice yourself or get sick because of a job, and then if you get sick, the company is going to get rid of you anyway. So
Yeah,
um
that's true.
yeah,
We're replaceable.
exactly.
Okay, so your job is not your life. Although we need the financial capacity, we
Yeah,
need a job, we need a career,
yeah,
but it's
exactly.
not your life. So one day you'll just end up like replaceable. So work-life balance is very important.
Exactly, yeah.
And speaking of work-life balance, how do you do that in your country? As speaking from personal perspective, if if you can share like, do you have family or are you like married or do you have kids? How do you do that?
No, I don't have kids. I don't have family, so I have more time than my coworkers in that sense. But I um so work life balance. Okay, post pandemic, after the pandemic, I started to work from home, and that was good and bad because like good because I don't have to go through traffic anymore. I don't have to commute to work.
Yeah, but there's no boundary, I guess. Like
Exactly.
there's
Yeah,
no
there's no boundaries, so I
okay.
work days and nights. So yeah, it gives you more flexibility, but also you can receive emails at any time. You know.
Yeah, and sometimes it's taking a toll from you. Like you don't know whether it is like your work hour or is it your personal life. And so but what I do since I also work from home, I don't my office setup. So let's say my room. So I treat it like as an office. So I don't like do something personal there, and I tend to like go in other parts of the house. Okay. Well, I have dogs, so I do that. Okay. So it really helps a lot with the work life balance. Now let's go on to the different vocabulary. So we have deadline. What is a deadline?
A deadline is the time limit that you have to submit a project.
Okay. So how do you deal with deadlines? And a lot of people, some professionals, they tend to like think that it's somehow like scary and somehow there's just too much pressure, especially if there's a lot on your plate. So you don't know which to prioritize. So if I may ask, I don't know with the industry, the gas industry, like what they usually do, but how do you prioritize things?
Yeah, uh,
Can you share about your like daily tasks, if I may ask? What's the
daily
gas
tasks.
industry,
Yeah,
especially now that
so
we sell it's very expensive. Okay, go on.
yeah, so daily tasks. No, I mean my bosses. I mean they what they do is we have meetings, weekly meetings. Okay, and in these meetings we have to give a report of the work that we're doing, and but they also have certain deadlines for certain things that they demand. So um how do I do what I like to do is um I I try to contact the clients or the people that are going to receive the project, or my boss. I try to have more meetings, and so that I want to make sure that I'm doing what the client wants, and so that the client and my boss are happy. So I try to make more meetings, and also to give them like review of what I'm doing, and if they need adjustments, I can do that. So basically, and that also helps me have control of my progress, because if they give me a deadline and I just go to the weekly meetings and that's it, and then I wait to keep the end results, I feel like I don't have enough motivation, like. But if I do more meetings, then I have to push myself more to give to advance. I don't know how to say this, to progress more. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. So not just a bare minimum. So
ex-
you're showing your boss and your clients that you could do more. But is that exhausting? Are you paid a lot for doing such? A lot of people nowadays, like they just do the bare minimum because they don't want like to exceed their potential. But from what you said, what I understood from what you said is just like somehow pushing yourself to your limits as well, and then showing that you're capable, that you can do more. So
yeah.
where
So
is the motivation there?
okay. So actually, I have learned from my. I have I have had bad experiences in the past, and the bad experiences that I have
I
had
guess
is.
if it's a high paying job, then it's okay. But yeah, I want to understand more. Can you share more?
Yeah. So the bad experience that I have had in the past is that sometimes I feel I start working and I start making advancements, but the approach that I'm using, or the strategy that I'm using, sometimes doesn't align with what the people who is going to receive the product wants. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing things exactly the way they want it to be done. So, and if so, for
Right.
example, if they say, okay, if they say to me, in about 1 month you have to get this and this and this ready. In that month, I give heads up. And how do you say when you um, have like points of control between the. I mean, I divide the time in points of control, and so I create more meetings, and yeah, I'm pushing myself. Yeah, actually, you when you said that I'm trying to do more, yes, I'm trying to do
Yeah,
more.
it's a lot.
It's a
I
lot, yeah.
couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine how you manage that. But yeah, that's just really good. I think are you a top employee? Are you like up for promotion or something?
Okay, so I'm not
And
the.
what is your current position, if I may ask?
Right now I'm a junior petrophysicist. Junior petrophysicist, yeah.
So are you looking for a senior role next year,
I'm trying.
perhaps?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, obviously, yeah, I'm trying to to go up the ladder. Yeah, um, but but yeah, I'm not the most like, I'm not the fastest worker, or the most like the highest IQ. But the thing about me is that I put in more hours the than the other
Okay.
people, so I compensate for that. So that's what makes me um be a good worker, that I try to do a little bit more of what is required for me. Yeah.
Well, to climb the corporate ladder, it's not the smartest, okay? But I think it's the hardest and I would say the hardworking person in the room could climb the corporate ladder. So I think you're taking too much effort and time into your job. So hopefully you will land a senior role in the future. So you have a bright future ahead. Now let's have a plan. Okay. I think you already know what a plan is. You mentioned about a lot of meetings. So how do you plan for those meetings?
How do I plan for those meetings? So what I do, we usually in our meetings we have to present. We have to make a presentation. So the presentation is mainly about uh, how can I explain? So we use software for analyze data. So pretty much I take screenshots of the software, and also right now with AI, right now we have many AI tools. So sometimes I export the analysis or the tables from the software, and then these Excel sheets I give them to the AI, and I can create like plots and stuff to make it more graphic and more understandable. So I create a presentation, and then I prepare for the presentation, and that's how we do.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about AI. That's a very interesting point. It makes your job easier, but they said that AI could replace people, especially in the teaching industry. A lot of students nowadays, they don't need a teacher. They just like to go to ChatGPT and just like random things and to learn things, okay, like from a robot. Okay, but my question is, in your industry, do you think what is the impact of artificial intelligence in your industry?
So the impact is that now you need less people, because like one worker with AI can do the work of multiple humans. So I think that companies, what they're doing right now is training people to use AI and getting rid of people at the same time. So it's not good, because yeah, people are losing jobs because of it. Yeah.
That's true. It's really awful. I think that's the price we need to pay for development, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next is overwhelmed to have a very strong emotional effect, Mon. Now, when you first started with this career, can you still share or like remember your first job? How did you deal with that?
My first
If
job.
you could walk me through, like, how old were you when you got your first job? I was like 18 when got my first job. So it's a teaching community. So it's just like tutoring. All right, kids.
Yeah.
So the pay is not good because I was younger during the time. So share me something about your experience too.
Okay, my experience with my first job. Well,
First
actually,
year.
oh, the first year. Yeah, because like when I was younger, I when I was in high school or in college, I I didn't have a job. I mean, sometimes I would help my family members with stuff. Some of them, they had like farms and stuff. I would work, but I wouldn't charge them or anything. But my form of first job was an internship. When I was a student in university, I got an internship with a oil and gas company,
Is it a
and
local company?
yeah, yeah, like a-
How was
actually,
that?
yeah, that was very stressful, because like it was like the job was had two components: a technical component and a research component. And I wasn't I was a student. I was not prepared for doing research, and they were require one of the requirements was not only do the technical stuff, but I also had to publish an academic paper of the things that I was doing. And going through the process of publishing an academic paper, I didn't know how demanding that process was. And when I experienced it, it was very, very challenging, because requ- they require a lot from you as a researcher. Like they want more analysis,
Very
more.
expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
But look at you now. You have a very good career. So I think it was all worth it, right? Okay, break. So in your career, did you ever took a break maybe like sometime perhaps? Like you
Break.
got unemployed for a year or for a few months, maybe for personal reasons or something like that.
No,
Or never.
the
More
breaks.
content.
No, no. Like, so the only breaks is when the company is adjusting the contracts and stuff like that. So they pause the thing, and then
Mhm.
yeah. So
Also,
yeah.
and also holidays. Right.
In holidays, yeah.
Okay. Stress. Okay. She's under a lot of stress at work. Now, if you're going to rate the kind of stress that people in your company have, so do you think it's quite stressful or it's not that stressful?
Yeah, it's stressful. Yeah, oil and gas industry is like many people get sick from after working. Yeah, But you know, I think there's ways to manage. I think I you know, I think it is once you have a lot of experience, and then I think the mindset has to change, because if you don't change your mindset, if you are always worrying about what's going to happen and you never relax, you're always like under pressure, that's going to take a toll on you, and it's going to tax your body at some point, and it's going to produce
Yeah. Is this
some
job mentally taxing or physically taxing
mentally taxing.
or
Yeah.
both? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would love physically taxing jobs than rather than mentally taxing jobs because mental health is not a joke,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people nowadays get depressed. And I love what you said about positivity. If you put yourself and you put your mindset into a positive thing, if you put things in a silver lining to whatever situations you are encountering or even bad situations, tough situations, everything will be better. Okay. So we have this life and we live to work. Okay. And some people work to live. So it's just up to you. You make it your own choice. Okay. So late after the expected or usual time. So now I think it's too late. Before you sleep, I want you to like do this for me. Could you please fill in the blanks and complete the sentences?
Okay.
Or we have the art.
I'm under a lot of stress at work.
Correct. Number two.
I don't think we're going to meet the deadline.
Three.
Shall we take a break and get a coffee?
Four.
I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with the amount of work I have to do today.
Correct. Number
I
five.
I got in trouble for I got in trouble for handing in my homework lately.
Correct.
Yeah.
Number six.
Do you think his plan will work?
Plan will work.
Yep.
Okay, very good. So I want to test your pronunciation when and hear whether you're pronouncing words correctly. Okay, so can you go over the whole article, please?
Are you reading out loud the article?
Yes, please.
A lot of people feel stressed when they have a deadline that's getting closer. Feeling stressed about a deadline is normal, but it's not very good for your health. So, what can you do? The health website Calm says you should look at how much time you have before the deadline and make a plan. Writing a plan on paper can make the deadline feel less overwhelming. You should also find the most important parts of the work and plan to do those things first. But it's still important to take short breaks. If you don't, you will only feel more stress, and your work also won't be as good. The Calm website says it's also good to talk to other people. Maybe they can help you think of ways to do the work, and talking to them can also just help you feel less overwhelmed. But Jess Baker, a business psychologist, told the BBC that sometimes you may just have to ask for the deadline to be changed. Maybe you think the deadline is too soon, or you need more time to do a good job. It isn't always possible to change a deadline, but you can still ask. People sometimes say that it's better to finish something late than not to finish it at all.
Okay, very good. That's really really good. The pronunciation, the diction is there, the tone is there, the pricing and falling of the sound. That's really cool. All right. Now let's have the discussion part. Okay. So have you finished any big projects at work recently?
Have big
If you can share one
projects.
project that you're very proud of.
Okay, so
Yeah, you said that you have client, right? So if you can share something like just one.
actually, yeah, the biggest one that we finished. It's not. I mean, it was last year. December last year, we finished a big project, and it was a multidisciplinary project. So many disciplines were involved and many teams, and we were part of the petrophysical team. And it was very good because we were able to explain the clients why the certain wells were not were not producing the amount that they were expecting. So we found answers to answers and possible treatments to the problem that they had. So that was very satisfying from our team, you
And if
know.
I may ask, how long is the project? Usually, like, how long do you think you finish one project in this industry?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. For example, before doing these research projects, I was doing core analysis. A core analysis project can last between 6 months and 1 year, and but the research ones that we finished last year lasted like 2 years. But I was part of the team for just 1 year because yeah, so they added me to the team in the second year. So, but yeah, it lasted like 2 years total.
Okay, I see. All right. 2 years. That's a long
Yeah, a
time.
long time.
Okay. All right. So when was the last time that you had a tight deadline to meet, if you can share? A very tight deadline.
Very top well, actually, yeah, last year, December, because like we had to we were the December was crazy because we were making usually at the end of the project you have to have all the presentations, all the reports, very detailed reports of and with the conclusions and everything, and the integration of all the disciplines. So that took a lot of work on our part. And yeah, the deadline was December 15 or something like that. So we were tight, very tight. And yeah, we had to not sleep those days, you know. We had to work day and night to make the deadline.
That must be very tough.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you good at working under tight deadlines? If you can describe yourself, and if I could ask someone who knows you, okay, what do you think that someone would say about you, about your work ethics?
I think that I have a good work ethic, but I wouldn't say that I'm good at working under pressure. I don't like to work under pressure because I get nervous and I my productivity like falls, decreases. But but yeah, I can't, like, if there's something that is urgent, I can give my best and work a lot. So I think I have a good work ethic. Yeah.
All right. And have you ever missed or moved a deadline at grade?
Yeah, I have moved a deadline, but because I learned from my coworkers, and actually my coworkers are the ones that have been like giving me the idea, or they had initiated the petition or the proposal, and I communicated that to our bosses, and to my surprise, they agreed with moving the deadline. So um, I think I'm gonna do that more in the future because I before that I was not used to doing something like that, but now that I've done it, like I feel like I can negotiate more uh this kind of things, you know. Before I was afraid all the time. So
Okay. Well, learning is a process, and it's a consistent process. The more consistent you are, the more you learn something about it. Just like communication. The more you speak, I don't know how much time you speak English. So this is the company you work for is not a multinational company. So
mm,
perhaps like you speak Spanish all the time. So the more you speak the language, although you have a pretty good accent in speaking, but since you want to improve fluency, okay, then daily practice is necessary. So let me just give you a quick feedback. Okay, first of all, I love the confidence. The confidence is there. Okay, there's no like the stuttering or something like that when you speak. I love how you express your ideas. I think what we need to focus more is the vocabulary. We need to expand your vocabulary, learn
mhm,
more nuances of the language, and also the pronunciation. I love the way you pronounce words, okay, but as we go on, if you want to like continue,
mhm.
so we can like learn more words and more phrases, and you can be as natural as possible.
Mhm.
Okay, so how about you? How do you feel about the class? I'm sorry, this is very late, okay, and this is just very urgent. So, how do you feel about it? You
Yeah,
like it? You don't like it?
I like it. Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay, what else can you say about the class? Like things you want to like do or like improve or any suggestions or anything like that?